Okay.
Yeah. Start recording.
Yes.
Okay, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Rabbi.
What? Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
okay. So, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to start Purim. Don't be complicated. Don't be afraid to ask questions or to repeat things lose you anywhere on the way. Okay? There are lots of things that are very mystical, very, very hidden throughout the Megillah. Lots of books, lots of Pirushim have been written, and a lot of them can't even understand how deep they are. So we're going to try and simplify one aspect just for this course. Okay.
Can anyone hear me? I can't hear anything.
I can hear you.
Try turning up your volume really loud. Rabbi?
Hello?
Rabbi, please continue.
Okay, I'm going to continue, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So the first question is, why is it called Purim? Says in the Pasuk, Al ken karu le'amim ha'ele Purim al shem ha'pur. It's called Purim because of the poor, because of the Hagrala, because of the lottery. But there's only one poor, so why is it called Purim? Purim is a plural, must be two. So we're going to discuss several answers. First one is like this. Yair Zvash, Yonatan Eibeshitz, at a side point, kids of about 7, came home on Rosh Chodesh Adar. Walked into the kitchen, took some of his mother's pots and pans and started banging away like a drum kit. So his mother asked him, why are you making so much noise? So he said, Nichnas Adar ma'abrim b'simcha. And he was a little kid, he was very juvenile, and very, very stubborn, and his mother couldn't get him to be quiet. So she said to him, go to your room, and when daddy comes home, he'll sort you out. So he went into his room with all pots and pans and carried on banging away. Father came home, walks into his room, and all of a sudden he's quiet. So he said, Jonathan, why are you so quiet? So he said, Mishenichnas Av, Memad B'simcha. So when the month of Av comes in, or when the father walks in, Memad B'simcha. That's the Yair Zvash. He says like this, that actually there were two forms of lottery. There's one lottery for months, and one lottery in days. But he says it's not simple lottery of a box of 12 and a box of 30, because obviously you're going to pull out a month and you're going to pull out a day. So why is that a pull? That's not a consequence thing. It's obvious that will happen. He explains like this: when they picked the Shivim Zakenim for the Sanhedrin, they picked them out like this. They picked 6 Zakenim from each tribe. That means 12 times 6 is 72. So how do you get rid of 2 guys? You do a pour. You make 70 little ptakim that says zaken, and 2 that says nothing. So the guy who pulled out zaken, he's one of the 70 zakenim. And the guy who pulled out nothing, he wasn't chosen. So there's a risk here, there's something that can go wrong. The Yair Zvash explains like this. There was one box of 12 months. There was another box of 354 days by number. So he pulled out the month of Cheshvan, and he pulled out 293. Two things don't go together. Because Cheshvan can only be between 30 and 60. It can't be 293. 293 needs to be somewhere about Tammuz, towards the end of Tammuz. Then you have Av and Elul finishes off the year. So he explains, he pulled out the month of Adar, and he pulled out the number that fits the date to the month of Adar, and then it came out on the 7th of Adar. That's how we chose the day. That's why it was a poor, because there was a risk involved. The second answer, brought down by the Shoel Meshi, is the same answer. Is the answer he says that it's the same as the poor that they used for the time of Yonah. When Yonah was in the boat, they had to pick somebody to understand why all these Tarot was coming on them, why they were in such risk at sea. So they did the poor and they pulled out Yonah. They did it again and they pulled out Yonah. They did it again and they pulled out Yonah. When they realized that only Yonah was coming out in the lottery, they realized they must have been them. Therefore, he made this poor. He made it several times, and then consequently, it came out the same date the whole time. He said that's why you have the form of Rabbi, plural, and that's why it's Purim and not just just one Pur. Rav Galinsky brings down a different question. He says, why is it called Purim? If the lottery that Haman made was the problem, why are we naming the Chag on the tzara, on the problem, on the pachad, on the fear that came upon Bnei Israel? He gives a story like this. If somebody is walking through the streets of Old Jerusalem, and an Arab is running after him with an 80 centimeter knife, running to stab him, and he says, Allahu Akbar. And he says, and he's running after you. You're running, and you're running, and he's running here, and you're turning there, and you're getting away from him, and you turn the corner, all of a sudden this Rottweiler comes out and bites his leg. So what are you going to say? You'll call that Chag either Yom HaNes, Yom Yatika, Yom HaSimta, Yom HaRottweiler, Mashu Basimcha. You're not going to call this day Yom HaSakina 80 centimeter. Yeah, it's not going to happen. He says, no, this was exactly the Nes. The Tsar, the Purim was exactly the Nes. Why? Because it's all very well and good that a Rottweiler came and bit his leg. But what happens if the Arab would be stabbed by his own knife and pierce his heart? You'd call it Yom HaSakin, because that's what happened. The Sakin killed him. He says this is what happened with Haman. Haman made the poor, and he said that this thing was exactly what made him fall. But then, how do we know that this is what made him fall? Rav Zalman Sorotskin explains like this. Haman came to Achashverosh and he wanted to buy the Jews. I want to own them. So Achashverosh says, don't need your money, don't need anything, you can have them. Vizel. What does Haman do? He starts making a lottery, months and days, and he comes out with a date 12 months later. So that's stupid. If you have permission for annihilation of somebody that you want to kill, so get rid of him now! Right now! Tomorrow, you wake up, everyone will go to shul, and all the Malakim will walk into shul and slaughter them one by one. Why do you have to wait 12 months? So he says, because he waited 12 months, they had time, they got together, they had a kenes, they fasted, they prayed, and they were able to annul the decree. But if it was straight away the next day, that would be the end of the decree. They would be finished. So because of the poor, they got to their salvation. Okay. The Be'er Yosef, he says that in Aramaic, Mitah, the bed, is a poor. Uriyah. So it says there was one pool, the lottery of Haman, and one was the bed of Esther, because in the second Mishteh, the Malach came and threw Haman on Esther on her bed. It says that two things came together, the lottery and the fact that Haman fell on the bed, and Achashverosh walked in and said, "What are you doing with my wife in my palace while I'm here? How dare you?" And then he got hung. So the two things came together, the pool of the lottery and the pariah of the bed. The Bnei Yitzchak, he looks at it differently. He says, in the Torah, in the days of creation, God blessed the creation 3 times. On the 5th day, when God created the fish, he makes the blessing. "Vayivarech otam Elohim lemor, peru urbu milu et hamayim, vayamayim v'ha'ov yirev ba'aretz, vayerev vayiboker yom chamishi." God blessed the 5th day. He blessed the fish on the 5th day. On the 6th day, He blessed man. "Vayivarech otam Elohim vayom alehem Elohim peru urbu." And on Shabbat, the end of the first Aliyah, it says, "Vayivarech Elohim et yom ha'shevi'i." God made 3 blessings, one day after the next, during creation. These 3 things have blessings for eternity. Okay? Fish, Israel, and Shabbat. He explains that the day that Haman picked on the poor had these 3 blessings. Okay? Watch this. Adar, the blessing, the symbol of fish. Bnei Israel that were meant to be wiped out landed on Shabbat. The war was meant to be on Shabbat. So when Purim falls on a Sunday, that's how it was meant to be. The fight was on Shabbat in the month of Adar, fish against Bnei Israel. So when the 3 things come together, it says in the Mishlei, "V'achot ha'meshulash lo b'mhera yanateh." That came to salvation because they had so much bracha on that day. If they would have fought straight away without the poor, there would have been no salvation. There would have been no fish, because there would be no mazal of Adar, and there would be no Shabbat. There would be Israel alone. So Yosef, the Bnei Yitzchak says this is the salvation. That these 3 brachot came together, and therefore Bnei Israel went to win. Okay? Now we're going to dig very, very deep. We're going to go with the Zohar, and we're going to explain how Yom HaKippurim is Yom Keppurim. How is Yom Kippur and Purim alike? Okay? Now, okay. The pasuk, like we mentioned earlier, the Megillah says, "Aken ka'u la'amim ha'ele Purim al shem ha'pur." There was one Pur in the time of Haman. There's another Pur that takes place every single year in the Beit HaMikdash by Yom Kippur. This is the Pur, the lottery of the Seir. Seir la'Hashem, the Seir la'Azazel. So now you have 2 Purim. You have one of Haman and one of the Seirim. Okay. Says the pasuk, "V'nasa'atei alav et kol avonatam el eretz gezerah." The seer, the lamb that will go to the Azazel, he will take all of the sin of Bnei Israel and go to the land of Gezerah. Where is this? Chazal explains from the pasuk that "Al tikra avonotam el avonot tam." That he takes all of these sins. Where does he take them? El makom hu makom bishkena shel sitra achar. This is the place where the sitra achar, the son of Mem, where the Satan dwells. The other way, the other place, the other definition for this place is the 2 malachim, Uzzah and Azael. When you bring 2 names together, it becomes Azazel. These 2 malachim are also known to be in party with the son of Mem. So we say we send him a present. We send the Seir Azazel. We give it to the Samach Mem as a gift. We don't know how this works mystically. I really have no idea, and I'm not going to look it up. But the Rambam, he says like this: "V'ani harachil megale sodo shekvar dalu oto avotenu." I'm going to snitch. I'm going to tell you the secrets. Okay? He says like this: "Hine bet haseirim noadu latet le'esav u'lesitra achad." These two lands were meant to be divided. He gives one specifically to the Sitra Achra so that he should be appeased and he shouldn't come to disturb us. Good evening, Joe. Okay? Where we give the two Seirim, we give one to Hashem as an appeasement for our sins. We give one to the Sitra Achra so that he should stop being mekatrek. He should stop going against us, persecuting us, but rather he should defend us. So, the Zohar in Parshat Tetzaveh, he connects the two together. He connects Purim and Yom Kippur Dafka in this week's parasha. Why Dafka in this week's parasha? Because it's always before Purim. And he wants to say like this, that there is a very strong connection between the two, and we're going to see how they connect specifically with the Seirim. Okay? Now let's go back to Earth, yeah? We have a story with Esther and Achashverosh. Esther has not been invited to Achashverosh for 30 days. Okay? The queen is not allowed to walk in when she likes. Only when she's previously been invited can she come to the king. So she says, what do I do? Mordechai says, no, go now, deal with it. You have to go. So look, he says to him, if I go, I can be number 2 to get my head beheaded for Daesh. One's already been done. I don't want to be number 2. But if you say I need to go, then I don't want you not to eat and not to drink. I want you to fast. If someone fasts, he doesn't eat and he doesn't drink. Why does Esther say don't eat and don't drink? Obvious. Why does she say that? Esther, when she said to fast for me for 3 days, she nullified Pesach. No eating matzah and no drinking 4 cups of wine. She's nullifying Pesach. If I need to go now, there's no Pesach. Finished. So she says, I want you to fast for me and I will fast, no eating and no drinking, no Pesach. So they say, she went before Haman and she's walking there. Now the Midrash says she's 75 years old and she's green and she's old and she's ugly, but she had the Shekhinah and therefore she was very beautiful. When she was several hundred meters away from Achashverosh saw her coming. He didn't want her to come. He turned his head away from her. And if he turns his head away, then that's death penalty towards her. Comes the Malach and holds his head and puts it in place. Look at her. Comes another Malach and takes his scepter and starts pulling it along. And he stretches and stretches and stretches the scepter until it reaches to Esther. So he says, what can I do? She's coming. I know I can't do anything. The Malach is holding me out of place. I can't move my head. Can't move my arm. Can't move nothing. So he says to Esther, what do you want? Esther comes on and says, look, I have like a small bakasha. I want you to come for a wine party. So she says, go drink wine. But no, I want to drink emerald raisin. Let's go to the shop and buy emerald raisin. No, I want to drink with you. I haven't seen you for 7 days. I want to drink with you. Says, and who else? I want you to bring Haman with you. So Esther had invited private party to drink emerald raisin. Okay? They had their first party, okay? Achashverosh and Haman. Achashverosh doesn't feel anything special about that day, because he's the king, it's his wife, obviously. But Haman, he feels absolutely over the moon. You know, in all his kingdom, 127 states, the only person that was invited to a private party between the king and the queen, me. $1 billion. He was brilliant. He was feeling over the moon. Okay? As the passage says, "Vayetze Haman b'yom hahu sameach v'tov lev." He was absolutely unstoppable. He goes home, he makes a party, you know who was invited, he told all his friends, he was showing off, he got the invitation and everything like that. So the Or of Hashemesh, he asked a brilliant question. So why do you need two parties? Do one party, tell him this guy is killing me, he's going to wipe me out, and then knock his head off. There's a Gemara in Megillah, okay? It's a long Gemara, I'm not going to explain it to you. It's got 13 reasons, 13 Amoraim. The Tanaim and Amoraim argue what was the reason that Esther brought Haman to the party. 13, okay? And then the end of the Gemara says that one of them met Eliyahu Navi and asked Eliyahu Navi to what reason Esther thought to bring Haman. What Eliyahu Navi said? She said all of them. 13 reasons. 13 reasons Esther had to bring Haman to the party. So I've got a brilliant question for you. All these 13 reasons about day one. Party number one. Why don't we need party number two? Anyone?
Maybe because happiness is, when someone's happy, they can ask for a lot of things, but when they're sad, or the second time, he's going to be less happy than the first. He went once, he goes, oh, it's again. He gets used to it, so he's not as happy, and then, you know, it's easier to what's it called? Because once he's happy, Esther can't get on top of him, like can't beat him. But like the second day, he's less enthusiastic, so he's more susceptible for his downfall.
Why?
I've got a question.
Because the first time Ahasuerus was basically forced, whereas the second time he would have said yes by himself.
Who says he was going to get party number two?
No, but
the fact is, maybe she won't even get party number two. How can you put so many millions of people's lives on a suffix that you'll get party number two? A lot of Rabbanim ask this question. How can you get to party number two? Maybe it will never happen. The first time was already a miracle that you got to party number one. The Malach was holding his head. The other one was holding a scepter. Who said you're going to get party number two?
well, if she got party number one and it was a miracle, she was lying on it.
One miracle, number two. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, if you're getting one, might as well ask for another one.
Doesn't work like that.
I did hear something saying that because he was so happy on the first day that he was coming to the queen, it's harder to prosecute someone that's happy. But because the second time he's less happier, it's easier to prosecute him and get him at that time.
The problem is, you can't ask the question after the second story. You have to ask the question on the first evening. You're in the first evening, you have no idea whether you'll get the second evening. You don't know if he's going to fall tomorrow. It's 8 o'clock in the evening, day one, okay? They both drank 4 cups of emerald raisin. You don't know if tomorrow they'll come back. You don't know if you'll be asked the question, what do you want? Maybe he only came for the wine, and that's the end. He's not going to ask you, Ma bakashatech. I can't hear you.
We don't have the answer.
Well, Haman, she knows Haman's going to want to come back.
No.
I can't hear you.
Still connected? Okay, carry on.
But he's going to come back again, I suppose. He's only restarting.
Okay.
There he is.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So on which day were the Shmed was supposed to take place? On which day? On which day the Jews were supposed to be executed? On which day? Yeah, but so first day, second day, and on which day?
The first day and second day of the parties was on Pesach, Seder night, and the day later. The prosecution was only 11 months later.
So because it's Seder night then.
And therefore...
So Seder night is, you don't have to pray, you're protected. It's a free ride.
Okay.
But maybe in Gola we do 2 Seder.
Yeah, I knew someone was going to say that. Why has that got to do with anything? There's no Pesach here. Nobody's eating, nobody's drinking. No wine, no matzah, no maror, no late Seder night, nothing. Everybody is fasting in sackcloth, crying, with ashes on their head. Why are you partying away with the king and his best friend? Okay, this is the famous question. Okay, we have a massive problem. This is a very strong question. You cannot answer it logically. Okay, because of all the rules, you cannot rely on a name. You cannot suspect that it will happen, and you cannot lose the opportunity, and you cannot benefit from the effect on so many people's lives. Logically, you cannot answer this question.
Can we connect it? Can we connect it to the Seir? So to say actually that one was.
That's what we're going to do.
So
that one is to satisfy, is actually to appease God, and one is to appease the other one, that Mekatrek.
So I can't remember who says it, but someone says that not relying on a nes is only when you haven't prayed sincerely. So if you're praying sincerely, then you can rely on a nes. Can't remember who says that though. Hello?
Look, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I know a lot of people who pray to win the lottery every week, but it hasn't happened. And they're very sincere. So I don't know how you can say that.
There was a story, I can't remember which rabbi, when he gave a whole speech on Imunah, like if you actually believe Hashem will give everything, you'll get it. So one student bought the lottery ticket. So he goes, I actually believe I'm going to win this lottery ticket. So he goes to the Rosh Hashiva goes to him, if I give you $10,000 now, would you sell me the ticket? Well, I'll give you actually half the ticket. So you're guaranteed to get half the money now, but you could lose the other half if you win tomorrow. So he goes, alright, I'll sell it. So he goes, you're never going to win. Do you know why? Because you're ready to sell it now for half the money, when if you knew you're going to win it, you'll get the whole thing.
So it's not simple. It's not simple to say that because you prayed that you can have a net. Because technically, if you pray,
pray sincerely.
No, because I pray sincerely and I'm alive. One day over the ground is also a net. So how much of a net are you going to get?
Or maybe she didn't see the sign. Like the second time, she what's it called? The Malach pushed Haman, and then she blamed everything on him. But like during the meal, she didn't see any sign yet, so she knew she had to do it again until she sees something. Right. She needs a siman during the meal.
We have a problem because Esther doesn't see that there is a sign that will say that she can do this, she can get Haman prosecuted. So she's got a break. She's being held back. Something's wrong here. But it doesn't help us because it doesn't answer the question. We still don't know. How can she get to this point of why is she losing the first day? She's come, she's invited the two of them. It's enough for the nest that she got the two of them to come to one emerald.
I think she would have continuously done a meal after meal after meal until she saw a sign. And it happened on the second time. She's like sign and then.
You can't do that.
What?
You can't do that because they'll just die. Let's say, okay, she got the second day and second day didn't happen. And not Thursday, and for 11 months straight, they had a party every single evening, and nothing happened. The next day would be 7th of Adar, everyone would be dead, and then what?
I mean, the last day you have to just blurt it out. but until then, you got plenty of chances.
Don't identify it.
11 months of chances. That's a lot
You'll
of
be
chances.
dead fasting before then.
Huh?
You'll be dead from fasting before then.
Aye.
Should do the Ramadan thing, eat in the evening.
Okay, so Kaka. All of these 13 reasons all about the first day. Okay, now there's a second small question, but it's very interrelated, so I'm going to bring it to you now. It says in the end of the Megillah, ותכתוב אסתר המלכה בת אביחיל ומרדכי יהודי את כל תוקף לקיים את איגרת הפורים הזאת השני. What is כל תוקף? What is it about? What does it mean? כל תוקף, what happened? Why are they writing it? What does it mean? How does this fit in? What's hidden behind this? Let's ask it that way. What are they hiding when they say this? Okay, so let's go for it. There's a Zohar, and I'm going to read you the Zohar and try to explain it to you. ונתן אהרון על שני השעירים גורלות, גורל אחד להשם וגורל אחד לעזאזל. When Aaron was doing the offering of the two se'irim, one was dedicated to Hashem, one was dedicated to Azazel. דאיהו ההוא חדווה, דאהו דלתורה. בגין בזכות שהברית יעתיד ימי גורל וזמין לב. You don't know how ecstatic the Sitra Achra is when he knows that he's on the same caliber as God. God decided, I'm going to get one, he'll have one. You have no idea. The guy is over me. He's on fire. He's electric. Okay? He's so happy. The Matok Midrash explains the Zohar and he says like this. God is explaining, he's commanding us to make these two separate areas, one for him and one for the Sitra Achra. Okay? The Sitra Achra is saying exactly the same thing as Haman said, that only God and only me are going to have these areas. Him and me. Okay? Very strange pasuk. It says like this: "V'natan al shnei seirim, v'lakach et shnei seirim." Why does the pasuk have to say two, and two? Took the lambs. Minimum plural is two. Why does that say he took two lambs and he took two lambs here and he took two lambs there and one of them went here, one of them? Why two? Why do you have to give a number?
Because you can't say them together.
What?
You can't put them as together.
Why?
They have to be separate because then you kind of. It's like.
No, there's a limbo that I explained to you. There's a limbo that says like this. Okay, the Gemara asked the question: why do you make two of them? Why is it always paired together? Two the whole way along. Two lambs. Okay, these two lambs need to be identical. Okay, even more identical than Siamese twins. Okay, they need to be the same height, same color, same shape, same I don't know, dye of their hair, same whatever. They need to look like they have beauty spot in the same place exactly. They need to be absolutely identical. Okay? Why does the Torah need to make why does the Torah need to enunciate, specifically say a number? If we know that we have two lambs, why do you need to constantly say two? The first time you want to say two, okay, so minimize it, only two. But you say two, and then you say two, and then two, and two, and two. You're saying it too many times, okay? There's also, you find, in Sefer Bamidbar, it says, make two trumpets. Two identical trumpets. That's the limud that we learn there, okay? We have Malachei Midian. He counts the names of the Malachim, okay? Ve'et Malachei Midian halgu al chalalehem et Evi, et Rakam, et Sur, ve'et Hu, ve'et Chameshet Malachei Midian. If you're going to count them, you know who they are. You have five. So why do you say, and the five kings? We know who they are. You just gave us their names. Why do you say five? Also, it says in Bereshit, when God created the sun and the moon, it talks about Shnei HaMe'orot HaGdolim, the two big lights. two big sources of light. Well, I know there are two, because there's the sun and the moon. So why did you say that there were two? Just say Hameorot Hagdolim. So there's a limud. The Gemara explains that when you say a number, it means that they are equal. The 5 kings are equal in the way that they were destroyed. The 2 trumpets are equal because they are identical. The 2 sources of light are equal because they give the same strength of light. When it says 2 seirim, one to God and one to the Sitra Achra, they are the same. They are given equal value. What happened here? The Sitra Achra feels so good because now he's on par with God. He's been given something on the same level as God. That's why he feels so brilliant. Comes along, the Zohar, and it carries on, he says like this. He's got no idea what's being put on his head. Like he says in the Pasuk, you're going to put hot coals on his head. He has no idea what he's in for. He's being set up. So giving him the Shiur with all the Avonot, and he's going to be put to blame. He's being set up. Carries on, and he says, Vesiman, where do I have a proof for all this? Where did he bring a proof from? Wild guess?
Megillah?
From the Megillah. Can you imagine? Says the Pasuk, אף לא הביאה אסתר המלכה עם המלך אלא משתה אשר עשתה כי אם אותי. Haman saying, I'm equal to the king. She brought 2 guys to the party, the king and me. We are equal. So now, watch this. Haman is the symbol of the Sitra Achra, Samach Mem. And Melech HaChaverosh here is talking about God. Why? Because there's a rule in the Megillah. Whenever it says Melech without Achashverosh, it's referring to God. The Pasuk says like this. In Perikei, Pasuk Dal. When you read this, you're going to see this Pasuk it's going to shine in your face. Okay? Yavo HaMelech VeHaman Hayom. The first letters of the word Yavo HaMelech VeHaman Hayom spells what?
Yeah. KVK, yes.
KVK. This is the only place in the entire Megillah the letters Yud KVK come in this order at the beginning of the word. It comes several times, different orders, sometimes at the end of the word. This is the only time. In the right order, the beginning of the word. The Zohar explains like this. Esther is performing the ritual of the Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur. Okay, everyone breathing still?
Yeah.
Yeah. Esther is performing the ritual of the Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur. Now what happens? The Zohar says like this. One second. Zohar explains like this. Okay, the Sitra Achra, he is in a very good mood. Because he received the Shiur on the same level as God. Haman is in a very good mood because he was invited to the party, same level as Ahasuerus. He said in the Pasuk, "V'yetze Haman b'yom hahu sameach v'tov lev, v'ahu hulaka b'nati v'azilei." In the portion that he was given by Esther, and he went happy with his party. The Ma'or Shemesh starts to explain what happens here. When the Sitra Achra knows that he's going to receive the gift on Erev Yom Kippur, he knows he's getting the gift. That's when they make the Goral for the Shiur. He stops to be Mekatrei. He stops to persecute Bnei Israel. He starts to bless them. He starts to be Megin. It says, "Oma Satan HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ribono Shel Olam." כמו שהמלאכים למעלה לא אוכלים ולא שותים, אף עמך ישראל לא אוכלים ולא שותים. The angels are not eating and not drinking. Bnei Israel are not eating and not drinking. So what happens? Instead of being a persecutor, he starts to be a defender. Tama, what happened in the Megillah? What?
It like went upside down.
He goes
Upside down. What happened that night?
He goes on top of him.
What?
Achashverosh couldn't sleep.
Good sleep. What happened the next day?
Haman was leading Mordechai.
Haman was running through the streets, screaming and shouting like a lunatic. זה ככה יעשה, ככה יעשה. I lost it.
ככה יעשה לאיש אשר הולך הפעם.
Sorry. ויקח המן את הלבוש ואת הסוס וילבש את מרדכי ויקבעו ברחוב העיר ויקרא לפניו ככה יעשה לאיש אשר המלך חפץ ביקרו. Okay? Instead of the Satan coming to persecute, he's blessing, he's screaming and shouting, this is Bnei Israel, they're fasting like angels. Come Haman, and instead of going, I want to kill them, I want to let me buy them, no. He's running through the street saying, ככה יעשה אשר המלך, לאיש אשר המלך חפץ ביקרו. So what happened? This is Yom Kippur. It worked. She gave the Shiur Azazel, she gave him the carries on the Zohar and explains like this. She asks, I want another mishtek, I want another party. What party do you want? Today I want to drink Cabernet Sauvignon 1985. 18%, I want to knock you out tonight. Capable. Okay? So who do you want to invite? I want to invite Haman, of course, you. It's been set up. יבוא המלך והמן היום. Okay, says the Zohar, כמה דעת אמר, like it says in the Sefer Yoshua, והכריתו את שמנו מן הארץ ומה תעשה לשמך הגדול, והשמע לה לה יתקיים בקיומה, ודאילו בנזק המלך. You know what's going to happen? She brings Haman and Achashverosh to the party. She says, you know what's going to happen? She's speaking to God. She says, you're going to wipe out all of Bnei Israel. Your name is going to be wiped out. No one is going to remember you anymore. And you know who's to blame? Him. That man, Haman Ashau, explains the Ma'or HaShemesh that the two Seudot was exactly connected Yom Kippur. Okay? On the evening beforehand, Erev Yom Kippur, you make the two Goralot, and then you have the whole day of fasting and preparation for Nehila, and the Satan stops to be Mekatret, and he's the son of God. At the end of the day, you get rid of the guy. You feed him the poison. He goes and he takes all of the avonot of Bnei Israel when he takes the city. So too, Esther. She brought Achashverosh and Haman to the first party in the evening. She set them up to give him, to the Melech, to give his korban, and to the Metatcher Achra his korban. Achashverosh, in this party, represented the Melech. Haman represented the Sitra Achra. And because the next day she got the siman that the tefillah worked like Yom Kippur, that evening she would be able to complete the ritual of the Shiur Azazel. Explains the Ma'or HaShemesh. This is the pasuk when it says at the end of the Megillah, ותכתוב אסתר המלכה בת אביחי ומרדכי היהודי את כל תוקף לקיים את איגרת הפורים הזאת. תוקף to the value of 580. Yeah? Taf is 400, Kuf is 100, and K is 80. What also has the value of 580? Come on, wild guess, come on.
Seir.
Seir, very good. Shin 300, Ein 70, Yud 10, that makes it 80, and Resh Mal 200 makes it 580. So it says in the Ma'al HaShemesh that she established that Kol Tokef, what we have every single year on Purim, is like the Sikil Azazel of Yom Kippur. That's why Yom Kippur is like Purim, because you have these two connections. Okay, I can stop here, or I can blow you a bit further, and
don't hold yourself.
Don't stop.
don't stop, keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to this. Okay, Yom Kippur, okay, you have like a really long lead up to Yom Kippur, okay? It starts from Elul and Ashkenazim, then they're blowing the shofar, and Sfardim are waking up every morning and going to shul. In Purim, they do in the afternoon because they're lazy, or beseder.
Yeah, we do both.
Yeah. so for 40 days, they're davening and Dawn, and then the Rosh Hashanah and everything, and then Yom Kippur comes along. Yom Kippur is very complicated, okay? Yom Kippur says the halacha, Ben Adam lamakom, Yom Kippur mechaper. When you have a sin between man and God, Yom Kippur can fix it. Yom Kippur has nothing to do with Ben Adam lamakom. You can't do nothing. You can pray for 26 hours, fast, no eat, no drink, no food, no sleep, no leather shoes, no comfort, nothing, and your friend will still hate you. Okay? It doesn't help. Says the halakha, Siman, Taf, Resh, Vav, Sif, Aleph, that you need to go and ask your friend forgiveness. Gilad, I'm sorry. Meir, I'm sorry. I was late, I didn't come. Or if it's worse, I hurt you, I called you names, I don't like the way you look, I've got a big nose, I don't know, everything. You have to say sorry, okay? So, Meir and Gilad are like, okay, Yom Kippur, I want God to forgive me. I'll forgive you. God will forgive me, I'll forgive you, I'll call you other sins. But he's still hurt. You still called him a name, you still made fun of him, you still embarrassed him, you did whatever to him. How do you fix this? What?
The last two sentences.
How do you fix, okay, the problem with your friend? He forgave you, but you have to fix the problem. It has to fit in, okay? With God, when he forgives you, everything is clean. With your friend, look, you need to do something. You need to appease him. The Gaon Midana, the Gra, okay? He says like this: every single Chag has Chetzio Lashem and Chetzio Lachem. Half to God, half to you. Every Chag, okay? Pick any Chag. You have to eat, and you have to drink, and you have to daven, and you have to learn Torah. Okay? Yom Kippur, when do you eat? When do you drink, and when do you learn Torah? None. Klum, shum davar. Nachon?
Yeah.
Hey, as Kulo Lashem, nachon?
Yeah.
What about my baby?
No, Erev Yom Kippur.
Erev Yom Kippur? Okay, let's say, okay, he eats on Erev Yom Kippur, okay? He's full, he's stuffed, okay? So, that was Erev Yom Kippur, or by Yom Kippur. Okay? Something's missing here. Says the Gra, says the Gaon Midina, Chetzio Lashem is Yom Kippur, is only Chetzi. Chetzio Lachem, this is Purim. Purim is Chetzio Lachem. Now watch this, okay? On Yom Kippur, you don't eat, nachon?
Yeah.
What's the day before Yom Kippur?
You eat.
You eat. On Purim, you eat. What is the day before Purim?
You fast.
You fast.
You fast. Something's happening here, yeah? Okay.
It's the inverse of each other.
They are not the inverse, they're counterparts. They
Yeah.
fit together. Okay?
Well, like the inverse, because the day before you eat, and then you fast, but then the day before you fast, and then
Recognition of invert is something it's the opposite but separate. But I don't want it to be opposite and separate. I want to be opposite and combined.
well, it's the same, just one over something. That's all.
Yeah,
It's
but
the what do you call it? The reverse.
Yes, but the reverse fits together.
So they're complementary.
Complementary, yeah.
Complementary, that's the word we're looking for. Okay. Now let's go to this, okay? It says, like this, okay? The Ramah, he brings down a halakha, okay? Because the Shulchan Aruch doesn't say anything about this. In Stam, the Shulchan Aruch says that you need to start the Su'udah very early in the day. Says the Ramah, no. Start early in the afternoon and eat and dance and drink and, have fun for hours and hours and hours then until you get to night. You have to schlep your Su'udah tonight, okay? It also says that the Hidur having lots of people, having lots of food, lots of different food, lots of wine and lots of different wine. You should have like a really big meal, yeah? Lots of people, lots of friends, lots of happiness, okay? Why?
In which Suda? Kippur or Purim?
You're going to eat on Yom Kippur, you're going to die, don't tell me.
Yeah, which one you talking about?
Purim. Anyway, if you drink a lot of wine before Yom Kippur, it won't be too good.
Yeah, there is such a nice sipur, but never mind. Okay.
Okay. So what happens is like this. I'll put this in both. If you continue your meal to very late at night, can you say Alhamisi when you bench?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a machlokes.
What?
Isn't it? Is it machlokes? According to one, at least, yes.
Maybe drinking too much.
No?
No, it's like Shabbos. If you like have Shlosh Lishit like on Shabbat, and then like goes on to like 12 o'clock at night or whatever, still dragged on Shabbos. It's the same with Purim or any other
What
time.
about Rosh Chodesh?
What?
What about Rosh Chodesh?
Rosh Chodesh, I suppose it's also the same. If you have a meal at Chodesh and it comes through the night where it's already not Rosh Chodesh, then you're allowed to say Yalla Bil. That's when you start the meal. It even has on my article app, like,
Yeah.
it says, when did you start eating? Before the night? After the night?
Yeah, fair. That's a machloket.
That's what I said.
There's a machloket.
That's what I said.
Shulchan Aruch says when you start, the Ramah says when you finish. So if you pass and go to the Ramah on Rosh Chodesh, if you continue your meal and it's finished Rosh Chodesh, you do not say Alev Yavo. This is different to Shabbat because Shabbat continues as long as you keep going with Shabbat, okay? You bring Shabbat early, you let it go out late, okay? Va'asitem at Yom HaShabbat. You make Shabbat, okay? When you bring Shabbat half an hour early and bring it half an hour late, you creating Shabbat. That's when you're a partner with God. This does not apply with Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh is time limited. In this case, what happens with Purim? Is it like Shabbat or is it like Rosh Chodesh?
Asita lachem Yom Purim, I suppose. No, I suppose it's the same.
You can't bring Purim early. You don't light candles early. Let's get drunk. It doesn't work.
Yeah, why not?
Let's
start drinking now for next week.
Yeah, start now. Yeah, I'd like to see you get to next week.
I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the law of Et Kacha. So what if the law of Et Kacha doesn't have, how does it work? What happens? Okay, you're drinking and you're eating and you've got friends and May's with you and Naomi is with you and Joe's with you and Silas with you and Atana's with you. I don't know how, but he's with you. And everyone's drinking. What happens? Okay, you went till 11 o'clock at night. It's already not Purim. Okay, so let's say in Halacha you actually say Alanis in 2 days, Thursday and Shushan Purim. Okay, so let's say you all came to my house in Yerushalayim and you all started eating away, and it's already Friday night and we had to daven. Okay, but we're still eating. So do we say Alanisim or not? So we say, the halacha says that you say al nisim. So what's halacha? Like Shabbat or Rosh Chodesh?
Well, it looks like it's like Shabbat.
But it's not, because you didn't bring Purim early. So something's wrong here. It doesn't fit in. You can't
But it's
start.
like Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is like Shabbat. The Purim is like Yom Kippur, then we can say it stretches out.
I like you fast for another half an hour after Yom Kippur.
No, but you can if you want to.
They said Mefurash. Lechu, Tishtu.
No obligations, but
Obligation. No, it's an obligation. Yom Kippur, and once Yom Kippur, you have to go and eat. Unless you have a Kabbalah specifically to not and wait until tomorrow, you have to go and eat because you have to be the simcha that you got forgiven. If you don't go and eat, it's like you didn't pray properly and there's something wrong with you and then you won't be forgiven. So that is a mekatreg, it's a prosecution against you not to eat. So you have to eat. So you can't say that. It's not like Purim, it's not like Yom Kippur, because then you have to eat. You have to do the opposite. So here, we have to stop eating, so it should be the same as Yom Kippur. You're going to start going crazy now. There's a lot of this, okay? There's something else here. Okay, says the Pasuk, when the Pasuk discusses the Avodah of Aharon on Yom Kippur, it says like this, Bezot yavo Aharon el HaKodesh. Aharon has to come to the Kodesh HaKodashim Bezot. What's Bezot? What's he doing Bezot? What is this? The Pater says, explains like this, Tshuva, Tzedakah, or Tefillah, Ma'avir, and Torah Gzera. Okay? There are three things that we do to another Gzera. Okay? So, Mammon and Kol. Tshuva, Zakah, and Tefillah. Okay? We're holding three things. Tom of Yom Kippur. Mammon, Zakah, and Kol, the Tefillah of Yom Kippur, Ma'avir, and Torah Gzera. Watch this. So, Tanit Esther, Mammon.
Mashlachona.
No.
Zakah.
No. And?
Matanot Levyonim.
Matanot Levyonim.
Yeah.
Kol. Kol. Mammon. What?
Megillah. Tefillah.
Three things. So, Mammon, Kol. Each one adds to 136. The value, numerical value of Tom, Mammon, and Kol is 136. Someone do the math? Yeah, good? Okay.
What was the math? What do you have to do?
Som equals 136.
Yeah.
Mammon equals 136, and Kol equals 136.
It's 408.
That's 408 together. What's the value of the Zot? 9.
408?
408. Aharon, Babezot. He's coming with 408 with Som, Mammon, and Kol. That's when he comes to the Kodesh HaKodashim. What time is he coming to the Kodesh HaKodashim? In all of Yom Kippur, what time did he come to Kodesh HaKodashim?
Musa? No. Nira?
408.
Hey? Hey?
I said Nira?
Very good. He comes for Ne'ilah. In Ne'ilah, that's the place when we open the ark and we're all standing and the Talit is over our head, and this is when we're absolutely finished. There is not a gram left of bread, chicken, ever. Nothing. It's empty. We are running on an empty tank. You know, the car is already like flashing, nothing. And we're screaming and shouting and we're
Some people got a big belly. Lots of reserves. Some
What?
people, lots of reserves. A big
I
belly.
don't have any results. I'm gone by Musa. Okay.
You should see
Now
mine.
watch it. Huh?
I got big reserves.
Okay, I'm very jealous. You can fast till tomorrow morning.
Nah. Trying to actually get rid of it. You want to help me? No, I put it on last year because I quit smoking a year ago, and it's
Baruch Hashem.
I basically swapped one addiction for another.
Don't worry, there are ways to get rid of that.
Yeah, I know.
Try Tony Robbins.
Yeah?
Try Tony Robbins.
What's Tony Robbins?
Search it, not for now.
No, I'm gonna, what's it called? I stop eating now from 6 o'clock.
Please God, the kind. Okay.
Oh, it's not a lot, but it's not pleasant.
Fine. Kacha, there is a piyut. Unfortunately, we do not find it in our studio. Only the Ashkenazim have this problem. It says like this: Ata noten yad laposhim. Ata noten yad laposhim. God is helping the poshim. People who make sin, God helps them. And then it says, open the gate at the time of closing the gate. What happened on people? What's God doing here? So there is a mashal that's quite simple to understand, and then we're going to elaborate it with a story from the Tanakh. Mashal is like this. Guy runs to the bank. In Israel, banks close at 1:30. In England, they probably still close at 4. Apart from bank holiday, they don't even bother opening. The guy runs into the bank. Okay, we're going to use the English version at 3:59 and 30 seconds. Okay, the fakir, the guy who works in the bank, he's already at the door, counting down the seconds. 30, 29. May, okay, he's my new cover for today, is running to the bank. He needs to get a document signed. Okay, he's running 3:59 and 35 seconds. The door is closed. He's banging on the door. Let me in. It's not 4 o'clock. Let me. I need the sign. Sorry, sir. Fan. They said, please let me open. Okay, open it to me. Please do something for me. I need just sign it. I'll pay you. Okay, I'll give you a wait for an hour's work. Just sign the paper. Sorry, sir. Just bang. Okay. This is the prayer that we're making. Okay, that they make. How does it work? Okay, this is the story from Tanakh. Okay, Chizkiyahu Melech was one of the greatest kings of Bnei Israel we had. Okay, in his time, every single child at the age of 6 knew every single halakha of Tumah and Tahara, the most complicated halachot that we don't even learn today because they are so complicated. Okay. This is more complicated than anything we learn for Rabbanut, for Dadoun, for PhDs, whatever you like. Okay, you can do 18 doctorates and you won't get to this level of halakha. Every 6-year-old knew these halachot. Why? Because Chizkiyahu says that if a 6-year-old does not know these halachot, I will slice head off. Will you not learn them? Exactly. So 6 stop playing with his Duplo and his Clicks and his Lego and his Game Boy and his Nintendo, and he'll learn because his life depends on it. There was a Nebu'ah. There was a prophecy to Chizkiyahu that he will have a son who will be a huge, massive Hashem Yirachem, Rasha, and an idol worshipper. This son was called Menashe. Therefore, Chizkiyahu said, I'm not going to get married. I won't have any kids. No son. Eliyahu says to him, look, if you don't have children, God will wipe you out forevermore. There will be nothing left of you. Chizkiyahu says, can't help that, I don't want any kids. Eliyahu says, you don't have a choice here. You have to have a child. You have to be married. You cannot decide not to perform a mitzvah. Chizkiyahu says, okay, I'll marry your daughter. I'll be the king. I'm a Matzah. Your daughter, she's a Matzah. Maybe we'll work something out here. Okay, Rabbi, his daughter had 2 kids. Okay, the first kid was killed. Story not for today. Second kid is called Menashe. Menashe is such a big rasha that it says that he filled Jerusalem with blood from one end to the other every single day.
Well, why don't we change his name? Instead of Menashe, say, I'm not calling a child Menashe.
Doesn't help. It's got nothing to do with the name. That is the soul that we're given.
Okay.
It's got, you can call him whatever you like. You can call him Phil and Ted. I don't care. That's he filled up Jerusalem with 1,000 bodies of blood. Okay, every single day. He worshipped idols every single form. He put a telem, idol in the Bet HaMikdash, in the Kodesh HaKodashim, with 4 faces. 4. North, south, east, west. Whenever you looked, wherever you came in, you saw this idol. Doesn't help. You will see the idol. Okay? Comes along can't remember his name. He's exiled and they take him to Babel. Malchi Ashur, the king of Ashur, doesn't bring down his name, takes out Menashe, takes Ashur, and he's going to start cooking him in tablet. Okay? He's going to put a big stove, fill it with water, and put a small flame under it. He puts
or just before.
Some say possible, some say wolf and lamb or sheep, whatever. Something that cooks slowly. It's like a soft fire. Now, slowly but surely this thing's cooked, and he's in this massive stove, cooking alive in front of everybody. Okay, this is a huge, massive embarrassment. You can imagine, and it's also pretty painful. Because it's a side problem that's painful. Menashe, he prays to every single god that he ever served, one after the other. Please save me and 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 save me, and nobody does nothing for this guy. Okay. Because they want absolutely nothing, okay? So this chutzpahnik, Rasha, he says the following phrase. I remember once upon a time that my father told me this pasuk. Okay, the pasuk is like this. Batzar lecha umitza'ocha kol hadevarim ele ba'achrit hamim v'shavta ad Hashem Elohecha v'shamat b'kolo. When you're in tzar, ask God to help you. So do you know why he says, God, if you don't help me, you're as worthless as all these idols. Is that chutzpah or not?
Hashem saved him.
Is that chutzpah or not?
Yeah, it's very, very big.
Pretty chatzot, yeah? You know, if you don't buy me for this, then you're as worthless as the neighbor. What audacity do you have to even ask me for a favor? You put a telem with 4 faces inside the hasal, and you're asking me for not you. You didn't even ask.
You're telling
that God to save you. So what happens? All the angels get together and they make a what's it called? A human shield of angels. Okay? They block heaven. They block it. There's no way in. All the gates are closed. The fences are hooked up. The missiles are loaded. This guy is not getting in. What does God do?
Opens up.
Yeah, and takes his pillow and saves him.
He makes an opening under the holy kiseh of God to make a special opening just for Menashe. Just his prayer, I'm going to take him in. When everything is blocked off, God's going to make this little opening, and then the tefillah is going to go inside. Okay? So what happens?
And he saves him.
It was accepted.
Prayer accepted. Massive wind comes along, literally picks the guy up and brings him back home. This happens when all of the gates are closed. We say, open. This is a small opening. Let us in. Let us pray. Open it for us. Okay? Aharon, Babel, this special time for 1 hour. End of the day. This is the last chance you have. Yom Kippur, Tet, on have all day long. On Yom Kippur, you wait 40 days, you fast 26 hours, and you get 1 hour. On Purim, you do nothing, and you get 26 hours free of charge, without commission. Anybody? Okay, now you're all shocked. Okay, that's why we have these mitzvot. We have a lot of things to occupy us. We have the Megillah. We have to, recognize God behind everything. We don't see Him. He doesn't show up, but He's behind everything. We have to search for Him. This is the Tefillah. This is the code. Okay, the Matnot Levyonim. This is the tzedakah, the fast that we fasted yesterday. But we get so hooked up. And you have to go, and you have to run to the rabbi, and you have to run to your friend, and to your neighbor, and you're in your car all day long. And what happens to your ne'ilah, your tefillah of Leil Purim, the time that you had in Shacharit to ask God for mincha, your massive tefillah? Aliyah was only answered in mincha. It's a massive tefillah on Purim, and it gets lost because people completely forget what we have to do that day. Yom Kippur, that we psyched up 40 days, we're waiting for this 1 hour, and here we get it as a gift. 26 hours, free of charge, ask whatever you like. Now what happens? It says, Kol haposhet yad notnim lo. There's a halakha. Somebody who comes to you on Purim, you have to give him. If he asks, he gives you a hand, give me money. Okay? He can be a 2-year-old, he can be a 20-year-old, and he can be 222. You have to give him money. He asks, give him. Why? Because in heaven, this is what's happening. If you ask God, give me, He has to give you. But you need to be obviously sincere, has to be correct, has to be the right time, has to be said properly, you have to know what you're asking for, and you have to know that you've been given it. Just to know that it's good for you, because sometimes you can ask them that wrong. Some people who are married, and they can cry, why am I not married? There are some people who are married and they cry, why am I married? Don't have kids and say, please, I want kids. And then some people who have kids say, this is what you gave me? You have to know what you're asking for. You have to know that you've been given it, okay? This is a massive day. It's got massive kohot. Kol haposhet yad notnim lo. This doesn't just apply by someone who asks you. This applies to you when you ask God, okay? Purim is one massive day of ne'ilah. And not when you don't have kohot. And not when you're finished. You've eaten. You've had time. You don't have other requirements. You have the ability to ask God for everything. Use this day. Use the potential. Grasp it. Be blessed. And please God, all your prayers will come true. Jazakumullah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Take care, guys.
All the best. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye, Mary.
Wow. Thank you.
Bye.